Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Transport Fever on the North Atlantic map. I don't even know if you can hear me with all this train action going past me. We're about to set sail away from North America and head back to Europe. But you know, just to refamiliarize you with exactly what's going on, I thought we'd spend just a little while out here in the countryside for no reason other than it's a lovely place to be. Yeah, so we've been working quite hard to kind of finalize all of the hello there, all of the routes that we've got into and around North America. We've got all of the goods now flowing. We've connected Miami up. What else have we done recently? And last time around we set air freight in motion. You know, that's pretty terrific. And my timing is awful because, you know, this should be, there we go. See, it's taking its time. This should have turned up about 30 seconds ago. I've had to needlessly fill in order to get to this point. But, you know, hopefully it was worth the wait. How fast are you going? 60? Okay, well, you know, 60's adequate, I suppose. Anyway, as soon as the big boy gets rolling here, we'll crack on. Anyway, we are heading back across the Atlantic, and as we do so, we shall migrate from imperial to metric speed measurements, and that will be exciting and not in the slightest bit controversial in the comments. So stick around, that will be coming right up. So it seems fairly fitting that since we are crossing the Atlantic, we choose a suitable mode of transport with which to do so. And we're tagging along with this rather marvellous Boeing 767, which is it is a 767, isn't it? 757. That is currently doing the trip. You can tell that I got absolutely no idea about planes. It's got wings, got a couple engines. It's probably made by Boeing. Job done. Anyway, yes, this is flying to Berlin International Goods Airport, and over time we will work on making sure that it is transporting goods in both directions, which is going to be no mean feat, since distribution is going to be tricky, to say the least. Anyway, here we go, over the top of Scotland. For those of you who let me have a look at Edinburgh. There we go. There's Edinburgh as we go past. But yeah, the basic idea is we are going to fully modernise our European operation. You know, we're missing out on an awful lot of modern vehicles, and what is running. I mean, as much as it's making a bit of cash, it's not new at all. We can bring things up to date a little bit, and much like my continued use of the big boy, we'll go with whatever I think is going to be pretty cool. On your left there, we're going past the city of Denmark. Beautiful. Denmark there, occupying the entire island. Tremendous. I ought to do something about this road bridge. See, that's not good enough. I think we can have that all at the same height rather than having a hill at the bottom of it. It's not important though. I mean, you know, we'll get this done. Do we want to? Should we disappear off this plane? No, we won't. We'll stay with it from this angle. I'm always trying to get a good landing angle. For my money, that's quite a good landing angle. Right. Okay. Moving on. So here we go. Here's Berlin, and before we do anything else, we'll just have a quick look at the top of the pops for towns by population. Paris and Berlin, numbers 1 and 2. Look at that. All of that work over in the North America had better start paying off. Berlin, by far and away, the most complicated station we have passenger-wise. Certainly gets. Anyone would think I could do with upgrading this, updating this train. You know, it is pretty old. Speak to me. What are you? 210 of 210 on the European mainline. Perfect. Well, I think we can probably go for some electrics there. Yeah, I see. Look, I mean, we've managed to get Berlin Station, obviously partly due to when it was built, right in the centre of town. But because of the amount of track going on here, the city's not really grown up around it. So I don't know. We'll see about doing something about that. However, here is the problem, right? So from Berlin, we head out to Denmark and out to Scandinavia, and then we also go to Paris. We also go to Great Britain. We also head south and go to Switzerland. We haven't even connected up Italy yet. I've got exciting things that I want to do with Italy and Algeria. Meanwhile, we also have freight distribution going on. There's a lot going on here in Berlin, and none of it is well organised. We also have, you know, the international freight airport, which again is, you know, it's doing its numbers. These planes are coming up close to profitable. If they were to carry goods in both directions, they would have a much better time of it. It's another good shot there, friends. See, you know, you get good shots for your money around here. But we've got a lot to do, and frankly, this whole, if I could draw a banding box here, it would help. But this whole section here, I'm going to redevelop a lot because it needs to be done. So this looks like a good pause point, and I hope you like pause because you're going to see a lot of it. Right, so our passenger lines are largely set up correctly, but you know, I want to upgrade the track correctly, and I also want to try and make sure that the town growth can actually kick off around the outside. I also have distribution issues as far as, you know, actually getting stuff growing up correctly around the you know, off goods import. I need to make sure that happens. Then we've got our airport over here, and I also want to stick a port on the end. Yeah, and we're not doing, nothing is being done by halves, I think it's safe to say. So we want to stick a whacking great station here. We also want a depot that feeds into that. We're not done on the number of goods being built, created, crafted, manufactured, however you wish to describe it. We're not done. So where should we start? Well, let's start by getting a port up, and we're not going to mess around. We'll have all three kind of dock areas ready to rock from the get-go. But then we just need to, the whole trick here is to try and integrate. This will be the place where we integrate all three modes of transportation. What have we got here? The docks are outside navigable waters. Maybe we have to pull it out a little bit further. There we are. Okay, so if we just twiddle that a little. I'll tell you, if you're a mod maker right now, do something interesting with docks, would you? I would go for one that was modular in nature and could fit along the entire coastline here. As unrealistic as that may or may not be, I think it would look tremendous to actually have, you know, fully working docks of a significant length. Right, we're going to go there. We are going to go there. There we are. For a moment, I thought I might have actually placed another. It's been a long time since I placed the docks, so I had a suspicion that I might have done my traditional and stuck a passenger dock in there. Terrain alignment collision. Well, well, hold on. We've got a bit more space to play with, so let's try it. Let's try from here. You're still giving me terrain alignment collision. Well, all right. Well, let's not have a tunnel then. Let's just, you know, carve a big chunk out of the landscape and see how we get on with that instead. There we go. Terrific. Now that's going to be too far for well, for anything really. So I'm going to need a truck stop next to it, and given that it terrain alignment collisioned me just a moment ago, I suspect it's going to do its damnedest to to do the same again when I try and stick this fella on. Let's have a look. Now, if I snap it to the road, then it should have a go at too much slope. Oh, that's close then. I mean, I could move this further up so that it's actually closer to where you know, the other end of things. But I'm not too bothered about having, you know, a stack of trucks all doing their bit. Let's monkey with the landscape a bit. That's nowhere near aggressive enough. No, do that. Give me high, please. The hope being that I can plonk a truck stop in here and it's all happy. There we go. So yeah, so I mean, effectively we're building Hamburg. And you know, given the nature of this map, I mean, we might even be talking Warsaw, but I suspect it's going to be Hamburg is what we'll end up referring to it as. No, you see, no, that's not it, is it? Now, I mean, I was faintly optimistic. We might have to do a bit more. Let's decrease the. Give me big. That's it. Yeah, lots. Let's carve the heck out of all of this. And then let's smooth the heck out of it again. Right, what does that look like? That looks a little bit more amenable. Come on, I don't want to spend all day on this. I want to get it done. Construction's not possible. Well, give it another try. All right, well, the other option is that we stick it in on a slopette up here. Hope that it's close enough to the docks, and then do some kind of windy road down to the road. What do you think? Well, there's no harm done. I mean, yeah, I've got the money, and we're making double-digit millions a year, so you know, I'm not too bothered about wasting a bit of cash here and there. I mean, not that I've ever been that bothered about wasting a bit of cash here and there throughout. I don't like that hill though. It's not good looking. I mean, it might be legal, but it's legal. Right, okay, we'll take it. Speak to me. Make sure you're in catchment. There we are. Good. Paris Annex. No. Hamburg. Truck. Distribution. Distribution. In fact, I think the word truck is possibly distribution. Possibly excessive there. And then this is going to be just Hamburg, given that Hamburg isn't actually a city on this map. There we are. Right. So I don't know what I'm going to import there, but it'll be exciting. And it's also, you know, quite the challenge for the ships that are coming in. But that's, you know, their problem. Right. So we've got the airport. We've already got decent distribution of food going on. I need another truck stop here because we're going to up from distributing by truck first and foremost to distributing by rail. So it means I've got to slot one of these in. Well, that's a pretty good place. Make sure that why do you have to slot that in? You've already got one. You're looking at one now. You were just referencing it. What exactly are you thinking? All right, berate myself there for, you know, being an idiot. Right, and then we need a freight terminal. We're not going to mess about because I want to shift a lot of freight here. We're going to give this the works. Yeah, like that. Now, the only important thing on this front is that it hits both that truck stop that we were just playing with, and it also hits the airport. And I would like to go in parallel with the road. So I think actually the terminal is the wrong way to go. Let's go regular station. All right. Show me that you are lit. Yeah, that looks pretty reasonable. Something along those lines would be splendid. I think the second road connection, I mean, I don't know what I'd use that for. Maybe that's good for a Paris route. Hard to say for sure. Now, I also want to build a European depot of the mega variety, and I think I'm going to do it here because initially I was thinking of sticking it, in this bit and then paralleling up with the tracks and merging them all together. But actually, with a nice curve around the end there, we can still get a good depot complex happening, and that'll be just dandy. Do I need this second road connection? I don't really care if I do or not. We'll keep it. Right, okay, well, let's take our guide track round. .62 would appear to be a reasonable speed. No, go a little bit further. A little bit further, out as far as there, right? We're going to need a fair amount of straight line space in order to be able to have the depots cope with everything that could be thrown at it. And remember, what we're aiming for here is that no matter where a train is operating, it can get to, in Europe that is, it can get to this main depot. I mean, that's not the easiest challenge in the world, but we'll see where we get to. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7, and a tiny little bit of 8, please. Oh, I don't think it wants to. Okay, well, we'll have to do that in a moment. There we go. Right. I mean, this is overkill. I mean, I could easily just merge all of these tracks down until they become, one track, and then have a single one depot to serve all masters. But, I'm going to make a bit of a fuss about it because, why not? There we go. And with that. All right, good. Well, that's pretty exciting looking, isn't it? I mean, it's almost a shame that it's not going to be having enough traffic for it to ever see that much business. Imagine that sentence, but in English. Right. Now we don't want to use up too much space here, but we do want. Now, after the amount of commentary the depot construction in North America had, with regards to the kinds of junctioning that I want to be doing, I'm optimistic that this time around I will not do as bad a job. But you know what they say about optimism? It's the thing that people who have no talent use. That'll do. Right, so if I have 4 sets of these, and then you've not got that in the right place, me old mucker. No. You want to go from up here somewhere. You're going to offer me a snap point? I guess not. Let's try that. Construction's not possible. It is. I swear it is. But maybe I'm too close in. Oh, hey, see there, right? Nope. There's me switch, right? So somewhere close to that, and it should just go. Happy to be a service. No, not at all. In which case, that first junction is wrong. All right, well that's us off to a flyer, and I'm not using high-speed track here because it's a depot approach. It doesn't need high-speed track, and frankly, I will probably fire any driver who decides to try and tear it up coming down this section of track because it's very hazardous. Come on, in your own time. Why are you making this so difficult? Oh, what was that? That is not the kind of crossing we want. But, thanks for offering one up at least. Maybe I've just made it too short. Let's try making it a bit longer. If we go from here, I do see that bit of track that is not properly ballasted. That's very strange. All right, get rid of it. All right, let's try the other end. All right, because this is kind of important to have this. Otherwise, I might as well run one engine shed depot. Nope, that's not it either. Have I just foxed it by trying to do too much at once? Or am I just being particularly inept? Don't answer that. Right. And too much slope. Well, where's the slope that you're referring to that there is too much of? Because I will fix that for you. It's going upwards. It's not on the flat. That's why it's having trouble. That's why it's having trouble. Right, we can fix that. Should have paid attention to that beforehand. Yes. No, it's not on the flat. Doesn't like doing anything clever on any kind of a slope at all. There we go. Right. This will work now. It'll just do it. First time. No fuss, no mess. Whole thing, piece of cake. Right, good. I hope you like track laying, because that's what we're up to now. Yes. Right. Okay. Good. Now that's all now flat and level and beautiful. And if I need, you know what? I'm even gonna ensure against too much slope type commentary by sticking an extra lane either side. Right. So we've got some pre-flattened going on in there. Right, here we go. So get that as far as it needs and no further. Right, and then he shoots, he scores. Now the next one. Yeah. And this is, I mean, this is completely unnecessary. You know, I mean, I'm sure you figured that out already. This is an entirely unnecessary approach to things on my part, but, you know, I like it. Thanks for watching. I've been Colonel... No, you get the idea. Right. Are they all parallel with one another? No, they are not. They were laid by people that could not adequately measure everything, and so they just kind of estimated. Right. So we're then going to need. What are we going to need? Oh, it could do. I don't know. But you know, there's only a certain amount of Belgium we can expand into here. No, keep it flat, mate. Keep it flat. There you go. Keep it flat. Keep it straight. Right, and then we want line transitioning. Actually, this isn't going to work at all, is it? It's not that I haven't just worked that out. It's just that, you know, there we go. So, right, if we look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, we'll have 2 trains coming out of each. These are actually redundant. Okay, all of that faff for points that I don't actually need. So I'm taking them out. It wasn't a complete waste of time. We worked out why it wasn't working. But you know, there you go. You could just forget the last couple of minutes ever happened. You know, let's just keep that between ourselves. Right. So each two is going to go into a depot, right? And then so the train can come out on either of those two, and then we're going to want to swing each one over onto the next one. All right, a bit like that. That one. All right, something like. There is not too much ruddy curvature. Just be cool, will you please? What have I done here? You've done it wrong. Okay. Well, good. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why this is looking so... there's almost too much texture going on this as well. Because it looks a little bit, you know, a bit scruffy. No, it is. Yeah. You take the second over onto the third. Like that. You had it right. You were right. Okay. You sure? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2... That one over onto that one. Yeah. All right. If you say so. And then we'll do the. Actually, I've no idea if this is going to work or not. It feels like it should, but you know, there's a very, very high chance it's just not gonna make the slightest bit of difference. There will be bits of track that are cut off, and hopefully we can mitigate how big an impact that has. Come on, just sling her in there. Why are you giving me trouble? Why are you troubling me so? Don't make me go back to the diamond approach. That looks terrible. Yeah, you see, I'm even tilting my head on the side here now that I've adjusted the angle, but at least I can see what the hell's going on. Right, okay, good. And then, do we want a diamond? We might as well diamond them, just in case it makes a difference. Right. Negative. From about there. There we go. Okay, that leaves this track unable to do anything, that track unable to do anything, but that doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And then we shall go, let's do a bit more. Because, you know, I'm a glutton for punishment. These were ones that I had built previously, but in actuality, I don't actually need them. I shouldn't have destroyed them. It was going to be useful. I mean, there is another solution to this, of course, and that's just, you know, build the train from the correct place in the first place. Instead of, yeah, you see, we're now putting these back in again. Good show, well done. You are clever, aren't you? I mean, the other school of thought, well, the other way I could have done this is I could have just basically done a junction from each line to each other line. But, you know, hey, you know, this is gonna, I'm gonna be done with this in a couple of minutes, and then we'll move on. Right, so if I'm starting over here, where can I get to? I can get as far as there. Okay then. All right. So if I'm starting over here, if I'm starting over here, I can get as far as there. What? Anyone can go further than that. You can jump 2. Yes. See, this is why some kind of, you know, doing something along these lines, you know, something completely, you know, terrifyingly awesome, despite the fact that's not working. Can we do that? No, it's just curving off. Okay, we'll leave it like that. Expect me to redevelop this at some point in my own time. Thank you, please. Let's go. Enough of this for now, right? I'm sure many of you will pose suggestions vis-a-vis how I could do that so that it actually makes any flaming sense. I invite you to do so. I can't promise I will follow through on that advice. Right, and then too much curvature. No, you see, no, that's not what I want. What I want here is no. I'm done. Look, I've played this game a lot, right? I should be able to. Yeah, down. No lumps in me. I've got a lump in my track. Why have I got a lump in I haven't got a lump in my track. I'm imagining it. You've got a kink in your track. All right, let's try this again. I have a new plan. New plan is we'll come out as far as there, which should be enough. Right, we're going to waste some money by paralleling the other tracks. And then we'll get rid of half of them. Come on, look, snap to it. I don't know why it insists on stopping before the end of the next track, but, you know, that's just something it does. And yeah, it's just you. You're the only troublemaker here. That everybody else quite happy to get with the program. Right, then we'll get rid of that one, and this one, and that one. Possibly a little premature once again. Right, stick that, don't you snap. Snap when requested and not before. Thank you. Yep, right, and then something similar over here. Near enough. Right. Okay. Now let's bang some sheds on here. Right, let's go. That one, yeah. This isn't going to work. I'm calling it now. Yeah, see, not working. That's 2 sheds. We had hoped for more than that. All right, well, let's go with 3 sheds and then see what kind of junctioning we need to pull off in order for that to, alternatively, let's go with 4 sheds and just place the sheds first and then worry about the track afterwards. My goodness, where have you gone? Come back. You, come here. Right, now, this, yes. All right, line you up. I mean, we already did this in the US, you know, this should not be as big a challenge as you're making it out to be there, Miladio. You're on a different elevation. That's pretty exciting. Right, and then you can have a little buddy next to you as well. There we go. Right, how does that look? Ruddy awful. But, you know, between tree guns and rocks, it's gonna look great. Alright, let's whiz that over there. Let's see if we can get a junction off like that. Yes, this looks awful. Right, you're helping the wrong line there. This is, oh my goodness me, I have done some calamitous building in my time. But you know, I think we're close to a record here. You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the aspiration. But the execution is woeful. Yeah, too much curvature. All right, well, you know, what else can we do there? I guess not a lot. You know what? Let's do that. Ah, still too much curvature. What about here? That would look quite swell. How about removing a little bit more track? There's only a certain amount I can remove before we start getting into trouble, though. Right, now try it. Okay, well that's delightful. And this one, yep, okay. This one heads out over onto there. And then we just need a means. Yeah, you see, I thought you had the wrong bit. No, see, that's not right either. Just link up. Okay, what's the crisis? Now, I know I separated you at a set of points there, but you don't seem to remove the track. Anyway, see, look. Now you want to play ball. There we are. Right, and then you up onto kind of there-ish. Okay, that's quite dire, but, you know, it's nothing the tree gun can't resolve. Oh, and we've got the opportunity to put some little houses in. What do you do? Can we determine? It's like an electrical box of some description. What are you? You're a BU Hauschen aus Gussbeton. Pretty sure I've had one of these before. Anyway, you can sit right there in the danger zone. We've used quite a lot of these in America as well, but you know what? I'm not bothered. We'll just use them again. We will, however, go for a bit of variety where it presents itself. What's this one? That's a green shed. Terrific. What about this one? White shed. Or is it grey? More of a grey shed. Hang on, just rotate it a little bit there. I'm sure they've all got an incredibly important function. This can be a driver's meeting hut. That's yeah, that's where the transport union workers meet to decide if and when they're going on strike. else we got here? It's that time. Hold on. Conifers. Are you gonna mix well with the other? No, let's go for these bushy numbers here. Yeah. It's almost like the same architect is behind the depot system on both sides of the Atlantic. And you know, someone ought to phone the Monopolies Commission and find out exactly, you know, was there a proper system of bidding for this particular contract, because you've used the same pillock for both jobs, and you know, let's face it, the second job, he didn't do a better job than the what the heck's going on here? That's just hazardous. In fact, let's clear the ones that are going to result in leaves on the line to the extent that the line is actually covered in a tree. We're going to have a certain amount. This is like, you know, this has been disused for years. This is a post-beaching engine shed. Where are we? Get rid of that. All right, that'll be okay. I don't mind a little bit of brushing the trees on the way past. See if the rock gun can do anything. Rock gun's just not even interested. One rock does not a mountain make. Go on, stick one in there. There you are. Yeah. Are you a gun as well? Yeah, but you're a really inferior gun. Yeah. Tree gun pours scorn on your caper. A wind turbine. That would fit out here dramatically well. Let's put let's make this you know, almost self-supporting. Where are we? Which way are we facing here? Let's try and get a feel for where the prevailing winds might come from. Right, it's going to be northwest, isn't it? You get a good northwesterly in this part of the world. All right, let's. They're £1 million a throw, and I'm virtually certain they bring nothing to your actual industry. But you know what? We'll have a few of them to kind of spice the area up. Oh, hold on. What have we got? They've got animation. All maintenance options. What's that then? I don't know. We'll stick that one in maintenance. Oh no, I didn't realise we had. Oh no, I'm gonna waste the money and place these again. Right. We've got one in maintenance. Wow, this is fabulous. I didn't even know I had this. You know, animation 3, but get it so it's facing the right way. Right, you can have animation 2, so can you. One more, have animation 5. There we go. Right, I want to unpause that just for a moment. Oh, it's terrific. Excellent. There we are. I'm sure there's something to be said for having wind turbines that close to your airport, but I'm not the one to say it. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for today. No, not a lot of progress, you're right. But, you know, we've made a start, and I think we collectively have come up with a notion as far as where we're going to go next. So thanks very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. I do want this second road connection. That's yeah, all of this. Right, we're gonna bring that out there. Yeah, okay, so this we're going to be stuck with Europe for a while. I hope you appreciated that I've switched to kilometers per hour and then immediately not shown any vehicle or train or anything along those lines whatsoever. So, you know, that was, I'm sure that was appreciated by just about everybody who had been lamenting the amount of miles per hour we've been doing. Well, it's in kilometers now, and you know, I hope you like it. Anyway, please subscribe if you've not yet done so you don't miss out on the rest of this series. It's going to be, you know, we're going to be trotting along for many episodes to get this done. And it's going to be fabulous, and we're all going to have a great time. Lamppost. Chuck a like at this one. I'll catch up with you very soon. Thanks very much for watching. Cheerio.